of the things that really struck me with this business, how willing everybody is there and to help each other. That's major. I'll first address the big elephant in the room. Okay, you guys all know our new system sucks. It's not even new anymore. It was like, it's been almost a year, for crying out loud. How long are we going to deal with this back office? You all are dealing with that, right? It's like, people are falling off like flies, and backup orders are not going through. Or, before that we had shipment issues. Luckily, we don't have those anymore, or they're rare. But here's the thing. These things are going to happen. They're going to happen. There's going to be something along the way that it's just going to, make you go, ugh, what's happening? And you're going to start maybe losing your trust. You're going to start losing your belief. Here's the thing, and especially if you're someone that joined us in this company in the last year, you're going to say, what the heck did I get myself into? What's happening? What I recommend is look at Laura, look at Melissa, look at me. Why are we still here? Why are we still going on? Because we have seen the leaders of this company. We have seen Tarl and Alec. We have sat down and had a beer with them and enjoyed their company and got to know them. And we have that trust that we know they're doing everything in their power to make things right. So we know that we will be the lighthouse standing strong for our teams, and we will continue pushing forward, and we'll be, we'll have that strong faith. If you do not yet have that faith in the company, that is okay. That is understandable. What I'm asking you to do is look at your leaders, borrow their faith. There was a reason you joined this company. There's a reason you joined this team. You trusted the person that approached you, and they trusted the one above. They trusted the one above. These are trustworthy people, and you are in good company. So borrow that faith, okay? So, and have your general faith, pray about it. Pray about your business. Pray about your, for the well-being of the company, for the well-being of your team, for the well-being of your friends. Have gratitude. Be thankful for the things that you already have achieved with this company. Maybe it's amazing success with the products. I started these products with a 3-day trial. Okay, and I was the biggest skeptic. Laura told you about my background. I have a PhD in physics. So I've always worked in research, and I was one of those people that knew multi-level marketing was a scam. Okay, that's literally how it was for me. The only reason I tried the products, I'm just going to say it, the only reason I tried the products is because my friend that was posting on Facebook was somebody I trusted. Do you see what I'm saying? I genuinely trusted my sponsor. I knew if she was pushing a product that was helping her and she's constantly talking about it, I knew she wasn't just trying to make a buck off of me. She genuinely believed in these products. So I approached her, and I was so clear. That I'm not going to do this business. Don't even talk to me about it. But I do want to try the products. So tell me about it. What the heck is this? So she sold me a 3-day trial in her living room. And I was breastfeeding at the time. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. She's a mess. But anyway, I was 40 years old, and I had a lot of, we'll call it baby weight, to lose. And I was starting to get depressed. She was 3 months old. I'm breastfeeding literally just to lose the weight. I didn't even care about the benefits of breastfeeding, And I wanted to lose weight. And So I took, of course, I took the label to my doctor, my pediatrician, and my OB, and I asked them straight out, tell me what's in here that will cause me not to take it. And both of them looked at it and said, there's nothing in here that's going to hurt you or the baby. Go for it. But see, I pushed them. And I pushed my pediatrician especially. And I said, there's Garcinia cambogia in here. That's supposed to suppress appetite. What happens if it passes through the breast milk and then, my baby doesn't gain weight? My doctor laughed and said, Erge, there's a very easy test for that. And I'm like, what is that? And he said, take it for a month and let's check the baby's weight. If the baby's losing weight or not gaining like she should, then we'll know. And I was like, oh, okay, easy enough. So my baby eats like a pig, and she never had issues with it. So I started with Slim only. So I liked it. After 3 days, I felt the stuff. Oh, I also got the headaches and everything. But my sponsor, somebody straight up told me, you're going to get headaches. Take a Tylenol, suck it up, buttercup. And I'm like, oh, okay. So when I got a headache on my first day, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll take some Tylenol. And so after 3 days, though, I noticed that I didn't have sugar cravings anymore. And I'm one of those people that used to spoon out Nutella from the jar. It was like on my nightstand with the spoon. And I noticed that I wasn't wanting Nutella. And I also drank Diet Coke. And so I noticed that I wasn't wanting my Diet Coke. So I went back to my friend and I asked, I said, all right, I'll bite, what's the cheapest way for me to get this? And she said, become an ambassador. And I said, hell no. And she's like, why? And I said, I know how these things work. You're going to get me signed up to be a rep, and I'm going to have to buy something every single month, and then I'm going to have to go get a lawsuit or something. I know how these things work. I was a mess. And she's like, no, you don't know this one. And so I'm also one of those people that read the policy, front and back, everything, before I actually signed up. So I saw that I could get out of it anytime I wanted to, and I wasn't signing up for something that I would have to spend so much money every month. If, for some reason I didn't like it or something happened, I could turn off that backup order a month. So, and then I told her, don't you ever pressure me to sell this stuff, because I won't. And it was a very tough time for us financially, by the way, because I was, as we call it, in between jobs at that time. I had gotten laid off from NASA due to budget cuts, and I hadn't yet gotten my next job. And so we were we were in a really tough place financially. And my mother paid for my welcome pack. I called her up and I told her about this, and she said, baby, I'll pay for it. And my mother did pay for my welcome pack. I ended up going silver in 6 days because I don't shut up about stuff I like. I really, really like these products. So I told my mom, I told my best friend, and I saw another close friend at the school going to have lunch with my son, and I told her, and I told another friend, and bam, I'm silver. And how did that happen? Because they're like, oh, okay, what is this? We want in on it. Not everybody is a skeptic like me, right? They're like, I want some. How do I get this? I want to try it. And I'm like, well, they gave me a website. Write it on a piece of paper. Here is my website. Oh, go become an ambassador. It's a lot cheaper. That's what I did. And so, and then my sponsor is like, so here's the thing. I'm influential. I had a big circle before Plexus. And I liked using Facebook. I already knew how Facebook worked. I didn't make money from it, but I knew how to post engaging stuff. And so I would pay attention to posting engaging stuff. Like I said, I wasn't making money from it. Maybe I just wanted people's attention. I don't know. I like people liking and commenting my posts. So, so my sponsor, actually, I was on her chicken list. She was stalking me. She was commenting on everything I posted. So at the time, we could post these before and afters easily. So the more she comments on my stuff, the more the before and afters are showing up on my news feed. And I know how Facebook works. I'm aware she's going and commenting and liking every dang thing I post. And I know that's why I'm seeing her posts. But still, darn it, they're there. That woman, look at her. She looks really good, type of thing, you know? Anyway, once I saw that first paycheck, I paid my mom back. And I said, all right, I'm going to give it a go. And my sponsor's like, one post. I want you to put one post on Facebook. So I did. I posted on Facebook. I was up till 2 a.m. messaging people because whoosh, all of a sudden people were like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And so a little over a month later, I became a gold ambassador. Then I became a senior gold very quickly after that. So I was flying through the ranks. According to my calculations, in 6 months, I was supposed to be emerald. You know, that's how it was going. Yeah. So I stayed at senior gold for 6 months, not moving anywhere. And what happened is I noticed I was starting to be very, very cynical, and I was blaming my upline. I was blaming my downline for the lack of growth. They weren't helping me like they're supposed to. They're not doing what I'm telling them to do. That's cold management mode, by the way. And I wasn't sponsoring anybody myself. I was constantly telling people what they were supposed to do. And when my uplines were coming with stuff, I'm like, no, that's a lousy idea. We're not going to do that. You know, everybody hated me at that time. Let's just say it. They were like, oh my gosh, she's a pain in the behind. And so around that, like there was a time, I think it was like 4 months into senior gold, I went to my husband. And at this time, by the way, right before I made gold ambassador, I did get another job. I was a research scientist at UTMB, University of Texas Medical Branch, with Shriners Hospital, and had a very nice job that was paying me really well. And I really enjoyed that job. And so I went to my husband, and this was around October, November. It was actually October time, like right beginning of November. It was right after Leaders Retreat. And I was very lonely at Leaders Retreat because I wasn't getting along with my upline. I wasn't getting along with my downline. I was hanging out by myself at that Leaders Retreat. I was this negative person. And I came home and told my husband, all these people are weird. I don't want any part of this anymore. I think I'm going to quit. And I have a cushy job. I might continue taking the products because I like the products, but I am done with the business. My husband was not an ambassador. He didn't use the products. Okay, to this day, my husband doesn't use our products. He has no need for them. And so he didn't have a horse in this race. And he looked at me and he said, honey, I support you 100%, whatever you want to do. But I want you to stop and look in the mirror. What are you doing or not doing? I didn't talk to him for 2 weeks. How dare him? Seriously. Like, are you kidding me? Did you just tell me it's me? But it stuck. It stuck. And next thing, he bought me a series of books. Energy Bus, The Carpenter Training Camp by the same author, John Gordon. Energy Bus changed my life. And it is because it was all about, and here's the funny thing, I am an optimist person. I'm actually, by nature, I'm a positive person. But somehow I had gone in that rabbit hole of being uber negative and not thankful. And Energy Bus reminded me to count my blessings. So I changed. I made a very big effort and I changed. And I watched what I was saying to people. I tried to see the good in people. I paid attention to recognizing the good people were doing instead of pointing out everything that they were not doing. And I'm very red, by the way, in case you haven't figured that out. Hang on a second. What is it, child? Oh, okay. Very quick.
This needs to be signed for tomorrow, and I need $10 tomorrow for exploring video, audio, whatever.
What? Public school, they're asking money left and right. All right, I'll take care of it, sweetie. I love you. Good night. See you in the morning. All right, sorry about that. And so I changed things. I realized for the first time that personal growth was big. It was huge in this business. And here's the thing. I never thought that I needed training in leadership. All the jobs I had a bunch of people working under me. I was a leader, you know? Well, no, I was a manager. I was never a leader. And that's where a lot of people get confused. They get in that management mode, and that's when they get stuck. Mm-hmm. If you hear somebody that's been gold ambassador for 6 months, 8 months, that tells you they're stuck in management mode. They're not really doing personal business. They're not leading by example. They're not encouraging people and just giving them the tools. We cannot motivate the unmotivated. We just can't. People have to be motivated themselves. The best we can do is give them tools. And as best as we can. We're not going to be speaking to everybody. We're not going to be speaking everyone's language. Not everybody is going to love us. But we have to be professional, and we have to recognize that there are people with different personalities, and different things drive them, the color personalities. And pay attention to that. Pay attention to the audience. Do not, I would say, isolate your team from your uplines, because your uplines can help, and they might be a different personality than you, and that your team might jive with them better. My sponsor and I are very different people, and we do this business very differently too. We're great friends, one-on-one, we're great. We fight like cats and dogs when it comes to the business. We don't get along in the business side, I'll just say it. But people know that we still work together, that there are people in my downline that jive better with my sponsor. That's a plus, y'all. I mean, I'm like, yeah, get it from wherever you need to get it. You know what I mean? So don't isolate your people from your uplines. That seems to be a thing. Like people, it's my team. I'm going to take my ball and leave the field, and I'm going to be over here. So it's a good thing to have different personalities in your uplines. All right. So back to my story. After all this personal growth, etc., reading like a bookworm, I did make Ruby in December. Actually, it just went whoosh. People saw it. Erge changed. Something is different. And my team started soaring, and Erge started sponsoring herself, and they saw that. Erge started sponsoring people. Erge's PV started being posted on upline pages at the top, week after week after week after week. And so I made Ruby in December of 2014. January of 2015, my son got diagnosed with leukemia. And like I said, I was working full-time at the hospital at this job that I loved. I had no intentions of quitting that job. But you see, life happened. And it became very clear, very, very clear, that either myself or my husband needed to quit and stay home. My husband came to me and he said, I know in your heart of hearts you've always wanted to stay home, actually. And now you'll have 2 jobs. And, your Plexus pay is very similar to your hospital pay. I think it's time, he said. So a month, in end of January, end of February. For 1 month, I tried to go part-time, by the way. I did. For the month of February, I was part-time. It didn't work. And end of February, so 2 months after I made Ruby, February of 2015, the day I made Senior Ruby, I gave him my resignation and I quit. Now imagine back in October, November, Had I been that stubborn girl who didn't want to look in the mirror, who didn't pay attention to personal growth, imagine what would have happened to my family financially, because I was still going to have to quit my day job. You see what I'm saying? My husband wasn't going to quit. His insurance was paying for a lot of the health stuff. So, or I was going to be one of those moms that's really struggling with trying to keep up with appointments and chemo and hospitalizations while trying to work a full-time job. So February of 2015, I gave in my resignation and I made Senior Ruby. April of 2015, I made Emerald. And at that convention, I was asked to give the Emerald speech. To say I was asked to give the Emerald speech at conventions is a little bit, I worked for that spot. I asked for the Emerald speech spot. I'm just going to say it. I made a deal with Alec, who was in Houston, for an opportunity meeting. Melissa Eichenhorst was the one that was leading the meeting. Melissa didn't know me from Adam. I was bold. I messaged Melissa. I introduced myself, and I said, are you looking for testimonies for the opportunity meeting? Melissa said, whose testimony? Is it yours? And I said, yes. And I wrote my story to her. And she said, you're up. You'll be our business testimony. You're going to be the first one. So that was in February, and I was Senior Ruby. I had just made Senior Ruby. And I got up at the Houston opportunity meeting. I knew Alec was going to be there, and I knew I was going to wow the crowd. And I did. I performed. Alec came to me and said, I would like to send our videographer to your house and have you videoed so that we can post your testimony on our website. And I said, no, we're going to do something else. And he said, what? What are we going to do? I said, I'll make a deal with you. I'm Senior Ruby today, February of 2015. I said, if I make Emerald by convention, you're going to give me the Emerald speech spot. And he shook my hand and he said, okay. Well, I held up my end of the bargain and he held up his. And that's how I got that spot. Not because I wanted to be in the spotlight. I did that for my team. I wanted them to see what their leader just did. I wanted them to see that. And it has been a blessing because of that speech, a lot of people got to know me and I got to make a lot of good friends. So that was all great. So by now I should have been diamond, right? Well, that didn't happen. Again, coming back to all the troubles that we went through. And you know what? We have learned. There's a hidden blessing in here. We have learned that we have to do business a little differently. We had to change the status quo and just waiting on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th to see if all those backup orders are going to go through. We are going to have to learn to be more personable with people. We're going to have to learn to pick up the phone and talk to people on the phone, understand them, figure out their whys, and why then when they quit, you can call them up and remind them of that why and explain to them why they have to continue and that you're going to stand right next to them. So we're all learning. Including all the jewels. We're constantly sharing ideas with each other, and it's going to be okay. We're in good company. We're in really good company. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up for questions. You can use the chat box if we have time. Do we have time? Okay, if we have time, Laura's thing we do, go ahead and use the chat box. And if you have specific questions, if you want to ask technical questions, if you want to ask product questions, go ahead and either type them out in the chat box or raise your hand and Laura will unmute you. And there are some things I'm thinking of that I would want to share with you, but I do want to open the floor and see if there's any questions.
Y'all speak up if you have any questions. Erge is really smart. She knows a lot about the product. So if anybody has a product question.
And I know a lot about Facebook, you guys. I know a lot about prospecting. So if you have questions about that too, please feel free to ask.
I have a question.
Yes.
What do you recommend for swelling?
Swelling due to like after starting the products, or somebody who has swelling, what product should I put
Before.
them on?
Before.
Swelling. Okay, so swelling is inflammation, right? Or are you talking water retention?
No, either or.
Okay, so slim. Seriously. I mean, I would say slim initially.
Okay.
Because of that alpha lipoic acid in it, it's going to reduce inflammation. But also slim, the water retention has a lot to do with various things. I mean, obviously somebody needs to be seen by a doctor, etc. But one of the things it is actually, it is due to not enough water, interestingly. So when somebody starts slim and you tell them you have to drink half your body weight in ounces, all of a sudden it changes, it reverses.
Okay.
All right, there's a question on the chat box. How do you get a lot of comments and likes on your posts on Facebook? Okay, so one of the things is, of course, I cheat. I mean, I have a lot of Facebook friends, so that's one way. There are a lot of Plexus people that are liking and commenting on my posts, but that's not really it. If you go look at my wall, you will see that, just look at like the last 10 posts. You know me. You see what I mean? My life is on Facebook. I'm vulnerable. I'm funny. I try to be inspirational. I am genuine. I am inappropriate at times. So those are all me. It's my personality is out there. Not the ones about fighting with my husband, okay? But a lot of me, my children, my dogs, etc., everything is on there. You will not see me post hardly ever a graphic that has all the pictures of the products in there. My Plexus posts they're weaved in to my life. I talk about my life and I'll mention Plexus products in it, just in conversation. So people around me know exactly that who I am, and also that Plexus is a part of my life. Somebody said, be real is my simple answer. Be real, absolutely. But not so real that it becomes, like I said, you don't want to be offensive. You don't want to be cussing on Facebook, etc., stuff like that. But I used to. I have a potty mouth, but I don't anymore, or I kind of like tone it down a little bit. So a lot of personal stuff, a lot of engaging posts. Like people, I did this, like pictures of my baby, okay? People cannot help themselves but comment on a cute baby picture. It's just they can't help themselves because she's so darn cute. You know what I mean? There are certain things that you can post that is going to stir up some sort of emotion in the person in your audience that they're going to want to comment. Ask questions. I mean, there's a lot of like, I don't want to call it phishing posts, but there are a lot of comment grabbing posts out there. You see them all the time. Oh, who likes eyelashes? Fake eyelashes. Do I really want fake eyelashes? There'll be comments left and right. I posted something about nails, fake nails or whatever. Do I really need to put that on Facebook? Can I not Google and find this out myself? But it's opening up conversation. So it's not, and my Facebook wall is not an advertisement place for Plexus. That's not the first thing that grabs your attention. It's my life. And Plexus happens to be in there. That's what I do.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They're being shy.
Oh, that's very usual.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, back to the water retention.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who struggles with retaining water every month. She almost ends up in the emergency room every month, and she does the LASIK treatments. And she told me last week that they told her to drink less water. And I want her to start taking the Slim, but she's I don't know why, reluctant. The people who need it the most are so hard to
Right.
get. Take
Now,
it.
water retention is okay, I love our products, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people think that our products are the solution for everything, and that's not necessarily the case. Water retention is one of the things my own mother deals with. And sometimes it is even a genetic situation. So in a case like that, what I would recommend is still take the label of Slim to the doctor and see what they say. Because Slim also helps things get out of the body. You know what I mean? Even maybe with drinking less water, they might be able to get benefits from it. And so I would take the label. I would suggest that they take the label to the doctor and ask, hey, is it okay? Can I take this product? Or that's not really the question to ask. The question to ask is, tell me why I can't take this product. Like, you want a specific answer from the doctor. Point me to an ingredient why I shouldn't take this product. Because a lot of times doctors would be like, no, because they don't know. But my point is, she might still benefit from the Slim even if she's told to drink less water, just because how it helps with the kidney, liver, etc., gallbladder function too.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. All right, there was something I wanted to share with you guys, and that has to do with prospecting. Now, I still talk to a bunch of people when I'm out and about and make lots of friends, and I join new groups just to meet people sometimes and kind of, get into my life. And but majority of my prospects come from Facebook. How do I find prospects on Facebook? I join communities that have to do with my interests. I have a child with cancer, so I joined a group that is moms of kids with cancer, for example, or my daughter's horseback riding, so horseback riding parents group. I love the Instant Pot, so Instant Pot cooking community. I don't go post about Plexus on these groups, but I do communicate with people. I do post and I do about the subject matter of that group. And what happens is, when I get likes and comments, I then send them a friend request. And then once they accept my friend request, I add them to my prospect list on Facebook. That's a real list, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. I don't go immediately message them and say, hey, have you heard of Plexus? But I start a conversation with them. I go start liking and commenting their posts, and kind of trying to get to know them. And then when I have like an online event or something, I add my prospects list to that online event so they get invited. Or I might, after a while, after we've built some sort of a friendship, I might message them and say, so you've been seeing my Plexus posts, what do you think? Hang on a minute. I love you, good night. Child number 2 going to bed. All right, so that prospect list, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Laura, does your team know how to do this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
List? The Franks?
Frank's list on Facebook.
Oh, no, we haven't been taught that. Please teach us.
All right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys.
Yay.
All right. Do you see this Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the home page. On the left side, where it says friends, it says more. Click on that. Create list. You can only do this on the computer, by the way. Creating of the list can only be done on the computer.
Okay.
But after you create it, you can access it on your phone. List name. Prospects. I'm going to call it Prospects A because I already have a prospects list. Now, at this point, I can add people to this list. This isn't a group. People don't know you're putting them to this list. Nobody knows who's on your list. So you create a list, okay? Now, I'm going to cancel that for a minute. Let's see. I got some friend requests. I don't know these people.
It's my team.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Is Lori in your team?
Laura, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go to her page. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to confirm. Now, if Lori was a prospect, okay, not a Plexus person, the minute I friended her, I would go to friends, add to another list, and bam, here's my prospects, and add her to
cool.
my prospect list, okay? Now, here's the cool part. On your news feed, not that, well, it's showing here, actually. It was showing here. You see where it says prospects? When I click prospects, I see all the posts from my prospects. So I tell my people 15, 20 minutes a day. When you're on Facebook, stop farting around and commenting on every single Plexus person's post. You know what I mean? Just don't do that. Be intentional on how you use Facebook. And set aside 15 minutes a day to first task is go create your prospect list, okay? You're going to create the list, and then initially it's going to be hard. You're going to go through all your friends list and start adding them to your prospect list, as long as you know that they're not a Plexus ambassador and they're not a customer of somebody else, okay? And then every time you make a new friend that is not a Plexus person, like I did with Lori, the minute you friend them, you're going to add them to your prospect list. And then take 15 minutes a day before you do anything else on Facebook. Click on that prospect list and start liking, commenting, okay? And that is very important for these people to see your post. Oh, it gets better. Look at them loving it. It gets better. When you have an online event or your upline is holding up an online event, let me show you something else. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on. Share screen again. Let's see. Are there any events? I'm usually invited to like 16 different events. Okay, look, there's a Mexican one going on. Okay, here we go. This is Hispanic one going on. Okay, so let's say I wanted to invite friends to this event, okay? What do you normally do? You're like, I think I want to invite Susie. I think I need to invite Jack. I made a list here, 10 people, 15 people. No. I click on show more friends. Choose from your friends. A window pops up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. It says suggested. I click more prospects. Boom. I can select all and then send invites with one click of a button. How's that?
That's pretty awesome.
And then when somebody becomes my customer ambassador, I go edit it and remove them from my prospect list.
That's awesome.
And then they get added to my level ones list, because I also go and spend time commenting on my level ones posts. And you see what I mean? Use your Facebook time wisely.
This is good.
Ooh, yeah.
Good stuff, Erge. That's really good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. I know. It's awesome. Because I'll ask people, where's your prospect list? And they got these papers and they're written down. And I'm like, show me a screenshot.
That's awesome.
Anyway, all right. We got some stuff on the chat.
Let me see.
Love this, look good. Okay, genius, duh.
Everybody just loves all your stuff.
Nah, I'm being silly. But no, seriously, this is a good one. And and when you use it wisely, don't forget the people that it happens. You friend somebody at some place and you totally think you're going to remember their name or you're going to jot it down on your phone, and you just don't, the waitress, whatever. And this way, it is so much faster, and you don't lose people in the they don't fall through the cracks. It happens. All right.
It's awesome. Y'all have any more questions?
My biggest tip for you guys, get on the phone. Don't hide behind Messenger. Make it a goal to try and get people's contact information, like phone number. and even email address. And now, here's one other thing. Okay, so I'll tell you one more thing there. Don't just throw the notebook away. All right. So here's the thing. Well, you can throw the notebook away, but get a calendar. If you guys are not, planning your day, you're missing out. It's not just that you do this on Facebook. Make sure, the 531, right? We always talk about contact 5 new people every day, follow up with 3 people, and 1 is for training. As your team gets larger, the dynamic of 531 changes too. Right now, I follow what my friend Sarah Taylor suggested, which is I contact 5 level 1s a day, 3 are follow-up and prospects, and 1 is reaching out to an inactive. So, but here's the thing. The names are planned out Sunday night. Sunday night. That's what I'm going to do after we get off this call. The names will be planned out for the following week. Who those, like, let's say 3 people. Okay, here, I'm going to give you homework. 3 people. Put 3 people's names. Who are you going to contact every single day? And contact doesn't mean just sending a personal message saying, hey, you still thinking about Plexus? Get on the phone. If you don't have their phone number, send a voice message. And the voice message does not have to be about Plexus. Reach out and say, hey girl, I just saw that you weren't feeling good and you've been on my mind, and I just wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you. Hope you're feeling better. Let's talk soon. Personal. All right. What else we got going on?
Anybody have any other questions? This is good stuff, Erge.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah,
The other thing is, I do, and I'm very giving financially. Drives my husband crazy sometimes. He's like, we could have paid the credit card off on what you spent on the team. So I've done that from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
My $100 silver bonus was split 4 ways between me and my 3 new ambassadors. I gave them each $25 and I kept $25. And I've done that from the very beginning. And so do some contests for your teams, do some incentives for your teams, and just do various different ones. If you just do a contest that says everybody who goes silver this month, or sterling silver, like just adding 3 ambassadors every month, everybody who gets added, everybody who completes this task of adding ambassadors will be in a drawing for $100. Okay, so that will interest your red personalities. It ain't gonna do anything for your yellows and greens. It just isn't. They're not gonna be driven by that. They're gonna be like, whatever. But instead, do some training contests. Go watch this video, and once you watch it, comment with your biggest takeaway. Finish that by midnight tomorrow night. You'll be entered to win a 7-day slim trial.
We just did this one. My team loves it.
Yeah, I love it too. I love it. Because they don't, sometimes I'm like, damn it, I want you to watch that video, and
give me something for it.
right. And then the newest thing we started is the wheel decide. I go live on the team page and I spin the wheel and announce the winner.
Melissa's doing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like all over it. I'm like, yeah, I'm spinning the wheel, darn it.
Awesome. I love that one.
So if there are people in this team that are pushing for Leaders Retreat, for one, this has been a sucky year for Leaders Retreat. Let's just say it. It's shorter than the duration is shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the last month of the contest is coinciding with school starting and school supply shopping, etc., isn't helping anybody.
Nope.
I mean, August traditionally is a tough month. for network marketing, not just Plexus. August usually is the worst month for everybody. It's because that's when school starts. I mean, we're all parents, a lot of us are. We know how that goes. It's, school supplies ain't cheap. And on top of it, if there's uniforms or even just clothes, shoes, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, if you just saw my daughter, she just hit me up for another, like, $40. I look at it. She said $10. It says $40 on it. And it's, what is this? Art fee. Oh, wait, I already paid that. There you go. $40 receipt for art fee. Public school, I'm paying $40. And these come, like, the first week of school, the papers are, you got lots of homework from school. And, anyway, it's normal. It's really normal. So don't beat yourself up about it. It's not because you're not doing something, okay? So don't think that. It's just the way it is. But having said that, we have just a few more days left on this contest. Do your best. Reach out to people. Be real and say, girl, I'm really trying to qualify for this meeting, which is going to really help me become a better leader for my team and be even more knowledgeable about our products for my customers. So would you please consider getting a freaking bag of Slim? Don't say that. But be real and put it out there, But again, personal. Get on the phone. And if you do write it in a message or don't write messages. The worst case scenario, voice message. Put it out there that this is what it is, Sometimes it really helps to let people know what your end goal is. Have them feel it. Because people care about you, and they do care about you being successful. And you want to touch that. You want a Plexus Jeep? Hold on a minute. I got to see this. I see a wrap for my Jeep in the future. Yeah, like the polls, we can get you in the bus, maybe. The Plexus bus.
Oh, Rachel's funny.
Love it. Plexus Jeep would be fun.
I know a lot of us on here qualified, and there's some more pushing.
Excellent.
Some are fairly new that are on here that just started a month or so ago. So
okay, so I'm doing a spin the wheel for people who signed up without a welcome pack, and if they go online and order their welcome pack, because you'll still get Leaders Retreat credits for them if they're in your 1 through 4, 1 through 3, 1 through 4. Yeah. So the spin the wheel is just saying, hey, go order your welcome pack, and then you either get $15 from me. If you don't want to be a gambler, straight up, you get $15 from me, or I'll spin the wheel where you might get $5 or you might get $40. How's that? What is spin the wheel? Let me show you. So it's an online thing. I have it open here because I was doing it, just getting it ready just for this thing I said. So wheeldecide.com. All right. Hang on. I'll write it in there in just a second. So it's just online. You click modify wheel, and then you just put whatever you want these slices to say, and then you put a title to it. And then I go live on my Facebook with my phone and then flip the camera around and show them like this. And then when you click it, you see?
Melissa's doing it on her 1 through 3 page.
There you go. So I do all my, like, I do 1 through 3 contests, but I don't have a 1 through 3 page. I just do it like on my team page. I say this is for my 1 through 3s, but I have a working relationship with my leaders. I have a leaders page that are senior gold and above, and we talk about it and we agree on it. Okay, I'm going to do this, but we don't want anybody left out. So you're going to trickle it down. And senior golds and above is what we do. And they usually agree. And And that's what we do.
Perfect.
And I do, like when I post and I say this is for my 1 through 3, I'll say little birdie told me this is trickling down. I'm not a fan of adding everybody to every single team page. I want my people to have a connection with their uplines. But we do that through like Zoom calls, etc. I don't want everybody added to every dang team page out there because it muddies things. In my point of view, a senior gold is enough, because the senior gold is usually on all team pages and they can grab that information, and if there's some pertinent information coming from the jewels because they have insider info or whatever, they can trickle that down to their team. Once somebody is showing interest in the business and they're really going up the ranks, that's when you say, okay girl, we actually have all these other upline pages, so I'm going to go ahead and add you to those if you want me to. But the day somebody signs up, I can't stand seeing the same welcome message on 16 different team pages, because you already scared that person away.
Yeah.
And they already got poop load of notifications and they've already stopped following every single team page. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, we agree with that.
All right, guys. So I think that's all I have.
Awesome job, Erge. Thank you so much. Is everybody
Thank
good?
you.
Nobody has any other questions? That was so
Okay.
good.
There you go. I'm still new, and that freaked me out at first too. I think she's talking about being added to a bazillion.
Oh, yeah. Well, our rule is 2 pages. Your
Perfect.
uplines page, and then my page normally, and then we have a health and weight loss testimonial page that you can add prospects to. We have that
See,
page.
that's actually what we have. I say, your upline page and your nearest senior gold is what I say.
Right.
And then we have a testimony page. We have a customer support page.
Yeah.
And we let them know these are the pages.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to use them for.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. Yeah. We love that.
All right.
Well, you had such wonderful, it's just all so good. I took lots of notes.
Great.
And you did wonderful, and we really appreciate you being on with us tonight, Erge.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much for having me on. I really, really think I find it as a privilege. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
And it is recorded. I would love the recording too.
Yeah, I'll send it over to you.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for your time. I am so impressed at how many people are, again, on this call. You guys, that's amazing. That's awesome. So continue to show up and you'll go up. That's awesome.
Thank you, Erge. And I'll see you in Hawaii soon.
Yes.
We want y'all there with us. That's why we do this for y'all, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We go there really because of our teams, let's just say it. Everybody knows how this business works. So we're all very, very, very thankful for our teams.
Absolutely.
But the reason we keep continuing with the business is because we want a bunch of our team to make it there too.
Right.
Hey, don't forget about Tuesday night. This is Melanie. Tuesday night we have Big Al, so don't forget, we'll actually all see each other there.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to be there.
Yay!
So, well,
he was emailing me today, and I pulled I gave him a bottle of Edge the last time I saw him, just to thank him for doing a training for us. So he was telling me how much he liked it. So I responded something, Big Al. And he said, wow, I'm so impressed. I feel so manipulated is what he said. And I said, well, I had a great coach.
That's awesome.
I'm excited for him he's going to go over prospecting with different color personalities and how to motivate. So if you have anything specific, Erge, you want us to go over Tuesday night, let me know, because I'm kind of telling him what I'd like him to cover.
I think that's actually the thing that we learned from him. And then the other thing that I really love that he taught us at convention is I think, and all of us can use a reminder, that convention, was it convention or leaders retreat? He was at one of those.
He was at convention.
He gave us words. Do you remember? He gave us words to use.
Yeah.
And it was really, really eye-opening how to talk to people. Because when we all start this business, initially we vomit plexus on people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now we
I
give
mean,
them all
it's the
away.
truth. And me too. I mean, I do have a PhD in physics. I research all the products. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking, and he gave us the right words to use in how simple this business really is, and we all make it complicated ourselves.
Yes, absolutely. We do. You're right. Yeah.
Anyway, I just don't want y'all to forget.
No, I'm going to post a reminder on the team page actually when we get off of here, and another one
And
too.
your bath bombs are ready. I'm bringing them.
Yay! Can't wait. Make homemade bath bombs. Oh, my kids are.
Erge, do you have a lot of your team coming Tuesday night?
There's quite a bit. There's quite a bit coming. I don't know the exact number, to be honest. I mean, I say quite a bit. I think about 10, 12 of them are going to come.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He was trying to ask me a number, and we have about 100 RSVP so far, but I bet we'll have more than that.
I did emphasize to my team to actually RSVP on the event, and I told them specifically it's because we need to know the number, you guys. And
Yeah.
but, I'm glad you said something because it's coming. The time is coming, so I will actually tomorrow I'll post on my team page and say, "Yo, here it is. Here's the event page. Make sure that you RSVP." And if you're not going because, you're dying, that's the only reason you're not going, then, change your RSVP.
Love it. Yeah, he keeps asking me, and I'm like, well, I told him I bet about 150. Wouldn't you think, Laura? Is that a good guess?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yep. Awesome.
Thanks, Erge. It was an amazing training.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Erge. I'll send you once I get it uploaded to YouTube, I'll send it over to you, okay?
All right. Sounds
All
good,
right.
friend. Thank you so much,
Bye.
everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Thank
All
you,
right.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.